Long, long ago. Written and illustrated by Cheng. A few times every year, a boy called Ethan, his sister Kayla, and their mummy and daddy would go on a trip to a small village called Pat Kong in Sai Kung to pay respect to their ancestors. They always set off early in Daddy's car. One trip they took to Pat Kong turned out to be stranger than anything Ethan could have dreamed of. They arrived at the village just as huge storm clouds covered the sky. As soon as they stepped out of the car, thunder roared and lightning flashed. Kayla was scared, so Ethan held her hand. Heavy rain started to fall. It was so hard that they could not see Mummy and Daddy anymore. Ethan pulled Kayla behind him and started to run until they reached an old house. There was light coming out from the front door. They went inside and Ethan called out, "Ancestor?" Suddenly the house began to glow and the room started to spin. "I am scared," cried Kayla. "Me too," said Ethan. They both closed their eyes tightly. They felt a strong wind pick them up and spin them around. After a few minutes, they landed on the floor, and when they opened their eyes, they saw an old man staring down at them. "Ah!" they both screamed. "Don't be scared. I am your ancestor, Cheng Pan Kwai," said the old man. Ethan remembered that Daddy had told him before that Cheng Pan Kwai was the first of the Cheng clan to settle in Pat Kong. "I am Ethan, and this is my sister Kayla," Ethan said. "I know. Good to see you," replied Cheng Pan Kwai. "Come, follow me. I will show you the village." They followed the man through the village, but it looked very different. The houses were smaller and they had funny roofs. There were no cars and the people they saw were wearing strange clothes. Every home had a small yard with pigs and chickens. The man saw Ethan and Kayla staring at the animals. "You have travelled 300 years back in time. Things are very different to how you live now," he said. They walked by the paddy fields. "This is where we grow all the rice for the village," said the man. "Why don't you just buy it in the supermarket?" asked Ethan. The man laughed and told them that the villagers grew all their own food. Next, the man brought them to the seaside. They could see many small boats. "These are sampans. Every morning, the fishermen go out very early to catch fish for the village," said the man. "Is it very scary out at sea?" asked Ethan. "Sometimes, but Tin Hao, the goddess of the sea, protects the fishermen. We worship the goddess at the Tin Hao temple in the village." "Hungry," said Kayla. "Don't worry, we will eat soon," said the man. He took them back to the house. His wife was cooking in the kitchen. It was full of large black woks. She gave them some traditional food and their favourite was the glutinous rice balls. As they were eating, the room glowed again and Ethan and Kayla came back to the present time. Ethan was still very excited and chanted, "Long, long ago, there lived a man in Pat Kong. He was the first Cheng to settle there. When festivals and holidays come, we will go visit Pat Kong, our home. our ancestors. This is a story that we will pass on. The end.